Star Resonance is getting some brand new exciting in-game events. So I'm going to go over each of those, break down how those are going to work, how those do actually transfer from the CN client over to our global client, and how that actually does pair into the event calendar. We'll also check out some of the new upcoming systems and additional rewards that you can claim. We got a ton to talk about. What's up, World Utopia, here back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things Blue Protocol Star Resonance. So first off here, I'm going to go over the main event in the main course, which is the Halloween event. Yes, this first did originally get announced for the CN client. I did go over that in my last video, but they have now brought that in even more additional details for the global client. Before we do break that entirely down though, I do want to thank A+ as well as Blue Protocol Star Resonance for sponsoring this video. If you guys haven't already, you should check out Blue Protocol. It is completely free to play, and it has never been a better time to jump in now. And yes, it does have catch-up mechanics, so you can progress very quickly. You can download it either in the description, my pinned comment, or even using the QR code on screen. I'd also really appreciate if you guys did use that link, as it helps the channel out a ton. Jumping back into it though, yes, again we had the Halloween celebration event. And really cool here, this is happening at the exact same time as the CN client. So we're actually kind of finally caught up to them in some way, shape, or form here. Where yes, this is available to all Blue Protocol clients currently available. The start time here is October 30th at 10 a.m. UTC -2. So you might be wondering, what is UTC? That's basically universal time. And then -2 is essentially your time zone minus from that. So a lot of NA time zones are around -5, -6, and -8. So I will have a bunch of time conversions here. Again, this will actually vary because in some parts of the world, clocks have actually been pushed forward. However, if you're in the NA region, don't worry, that doesn't apply. We're currently still in the daylight savings time, where that's actually going to end on November 10th. Again, this is UTC -2 at 5 p.m. But given that our clocks are going to change here, that should actually be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, which should be 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, again, because we lost the daylight savings time, and then 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, we had a bunch of visuals I'll show throughout this video, kind of from what they showcased during a CN dev interview. So for that client, they actually did recently have a developer interview, and they kind of showcased some of the things off during this event. Some of the prizes we'll get, but we're actually going to go over because they did detail how this event is actually going to work. What they say here is during the event, you can actually visit a pumpkin candy jar. That's going to be located at the Pioneer Bureau, which is essentially the main city part where your trials are at and where your Pioneer rewards are. You can go there every day to claim a mischief candy and toy. You can use these candies at the jar to exchange them for special rewards. Again, I do have a showcase here on some of the rewards that we're going to see. These were actually showcased during the CN dev interview, where we do have the appearance ones here, the headgear, some face accessories, mouth accessories, name card holder, and event frame. They do mention that it is 6 in total. That 6th reward does look like it's to be determined, but there are some additional rewards to go over, where they actually do have a broom mount. That one is being called the Trickster's Gift. So you can see that imagery for that one here, along with some of the outfits. That wasn't all though, there's something called the Night Tricks weapon skins, where you can earn 1 per class. Obviously that's the same for most of your weapons here, or essentially what your default weapon is, but they have a ton of really cool ones in this. And there really isn't a lot of weapon skins in the game, so the fact that you can actually kind of earn these is really cool. I definitely do think these will be highly, highly sought after. These look very, very nice. Only imagery we have of these so far as of yet. Although a slight correction here, we do have one image, which does showcase off a few weapons here, like for the Verdant Oracle. So you can see a few of those, how those are going to tie in. I absolutely love the colors on these, and these will probably be my main weapon skin for a while. So they are very, very nice. That wasn't all though. There's an additional event here. And that one is called Nocturn's Wardrobe. That's going to run from October 30th. Again, same time there that we started before. But this one's going to have an end date on December 1st. So a little bit longer there. There's going to be some themed outfits, as you can see. I am wondering if these are more than likely going to be on the store page, as opposed to the earnable ones in the Trickster's Candy Jar. So very cool there. During that dev interview, though, they did give some additional information here on how this currency is actually going to work and how it's going to loop in for the Tricksters. They do mention, of course, or reiterate that you'll get it through check-in, where you can then exchange in the event shop. You will be able to get 3 candies per day, so that is a very nice detail there. Again, you're going to get the candies by heading to the Pioneer section, then which you can exchange these in the event shop. I'm gonna rerun through some of this imagery so you can see kind of how the event is gonna look and take place. That's really all we have so far is stagnant imagery. We haven't really gotten any full showcases just yet of the Halloween event, even from when I'm looking on the CN client of things. But as I did mention, every iteration of Blue Protocol Star Resonance, basically whatever client you're playing on right now, is going to have this event. So don't worry, you'll have access to this one. I will say there is a commenter pointing out that these outfits might actually be gacha, which I did think they would be on the store, and that the weapons might actually be on the Maldix. However, everything I've looked up, and even translating the entire developer interview, they never detailed that section there, so I'm not sure where they're getting this from. Although from previous events, usually the weapon skins are located on the Maldix shop. And as of right now, when they do kind of showcase the login rewards, they didn't mention the weapon skins. Just be wary, those could potentially be on the Maldix shop. Moving on here though, there are some additional free rewards you can claim. And this is the week 3 of the Twitch drops. Now these are ending today, so you should try to grab these when you can. But there's some rose orbs that are bound that you can get, 2 advanced books which are really nice to have, the gift of the sea breeze, and an additional 120 rose bound orbs. That's all if you do want for a combined 3 hours. So again, last day to claim those, you should try to grab those if you want to. Of course, also Blue Protocol did drop their event calendar a long time ago. They didn't have their Halloween event inside this, but we did get the Master Trials that just dropped, as well as the Dragon Shackles Adept Trial. Those are both available now in-game, so there's a ton of new rewards to get and new level 60 gear. Basically, you can replace a lot of your previous gear, although I would always recommend kind of prioritizing your stats first, then the newer gear. But yeah, those are now available, and you can start farming Master Trials. There's also a new raid that's out right now that has easy, hard, and even a nightmare mode, although most are barely clearing hard, if anything. But it is a nice new challenging raid that you can experience. Even on top of that, there was the new module system unlocked as well, so you can add your profile and even start changing around your modules. That should enhance and expand your power. Again, I will have an updated Frost Mage build guide here soon. That way you know how to spend full 70 skill points and how to work with the module system. That one will be here within the week. There was also, on top of the event rewards, another one here for Wanted Lost Lore. This one is tied into the Discord events, where 3 lucky winners will be randomly selected from the participants. You have to get the correct answer, of course, but you can receive an exclusive gift code for 600 bound rose orbs. So those are pretty nice there. And that one's lasting until November 3rd, with the winner on November 6th. There are some additional rewards and events that are happening over on the Discord. They're definitely worth to check out. I also have a Discord as well, which does have a Blue Protocol channel, and I talk in there quite frequently. So if you want to ask any questions, you can do so on there too. Overall, that's about covered for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one, deuces.